my guests from Clar's Auction Gallery. Now, Deric, you guys have brought some really cool things that example the kind of things that come into your shop every day of the week. It's just incredible to me. Start with this, but you got to explain this object, because when I first looked at it, I had no idea what it was.
It's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think it's great. So this is, well, the original of this, as early as the 10th century, was actually in the form of a Viking ship. That's why they get this form. And it was originally used to drink mead, drink honey wine out of. This, of course, a 19th, early 20th century Imperial Russian presentation piece. And it's carved out of nephrite jade.
Wow.
And this nephrite jade was actually mined in Siberia, where they have deposits that they've been mining since around 1850.
And those are actually, well, there's enamel, and then there's sort of jewels in there. It's really
Actual garnets.
Just tilt it up a little bit, Deric. So yeah, look at those
The
little
fasteners are garnet,
right, yeah.
and they're just below. There we
look at
are. Now
that.
you can see the garnet.
It's so incredible.
And the sterling has a vermeil finish, so it has this gold finish, and then the enamel work. But the level of execution is unparalleled.
Yes.
So guys, what if you were going to put this on auction, what would you expect?
40 to 60,000.
40 to 60,000.
It's an expensive wine cup.
It certainly is. Well, you know, it's not expensive, though, for you to help us meet the Clar's Auction dollar for dollar challenge right now. Clar's Auction Gallery offering to double your gift of support if you make that phone call right now. Make that gift at the $100 level, and you will get 2 tickets to an event where you can have smart people like my guest tonight look at your goodies and decide whether you've got something of real value in your house. It is really a lovely event. Here is some footage actually from the last event we did at Clar's Auction Gallery. Deric, I know you were there. People had a good time.
This was a great event. It was a huge success, and I had a tremendous amount of fun. I can't tell you the amount of wonderful public television contributors I got to meet, some of which had wonderful property they didn't know the value of, and it was fun for me to elaborate on something that they had history on, family lore, that maybe it was a little different in the real world, and they were quite surprised at the price it was worth, you know, in the open market, although the sentimental attachment was much greater.
So, and the deal is that everybody who's watching tonight who calls in with a $100 gift will not only have it doubled thanks to your shop, Clar's Auction Gallery,
right.
They'll be able to come on October 4th, meet both you guys, plus your whole team. So,
right.
Joe Ellen, there's not really anything people can bring in that you guys don't have some expertise in.
Absolutely. We'll take anything. Actually, we do like to see the higher end things, of course, but you know, you can find very many interesting things just in common everyday things as well. So public television does afford us the exposure to this so that we can really find things like this wonderful Belle Epoque.
That's a beautiful.
It's a pendant brooch.
Can you guys see that? Isn't that gorgeous? Look at this.
The center diamond is around 2 carats, and then it's surrounded by about another 3 carats worth of other diamonds of all different shapes and cuts. And this is actually a hybrid style. There are elements of Edwardian jewelry in the laurel leaf detail here and the drop, but then you have these somewhat Art Nouveau-like kind of surreal circles here.
So what year do you imagine that was?
This is really turn of the century.
Right, turn of the century.
Absolutely, when things were kind of in flux.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
We had all sorts of different ideas happening.
Well, it's just gorgeous. One more sample of some of the really wonderful things that people bring into Clar's Auction Gallery every day, and these guys have the fun of analyzing them and then auctioning them off if people choose to do that. Right now, they are giving you an opportunity to make 100% return on your investment in KQED right now by giving us that gift of support at the $100. Any level will be doubled thanks to the Clar's Auction Gallery dollar for dollar challenge grant. But if you can come in at that $100 level, you will get 2 tickets. You and some friend of yours who you know enjoys Antique Roadshow and may have some wonderful treasures hidden away in their house. You'll be able to bring your friend and your treasure, and they can bring a little treasure of theirs, and have the experts evaluate them. It's coming up Thursday, October 4th in Oakland at the Clar's Auction Gallery. What a fun event. And there's food, there's wine, there's smart people. You'll see a lot of other people who love the program and love to learn about, because what I love about your business and watching Antique Roadshow is there are a lot of great history. You guys have to be historians, don't you?
It's wonderful.
And students.
Yeah,
yes,
constantly.
definitely.
Yeah.
And this silver
let's
piece,
look at that silver piece.
This is an example of something that folks may have at home.
Right.
And not know the value because it's an obscure silversmith. But when we look at the workmanship and the attention to detail on this piece, it's all hand chased, so it's all hand worked. And it was a presentation piece given to a resident of Turkey Point on Chesapeake Bay.
Right.
And it was given by a management team and the board of directors at the Lord Baltimore Hotel in 1922 to this gentleman. But look at this workmanship.
It is
It's
gorgeous.
incredible.
Superb.
And it looks like things that he may remember on Chesapeake Bay at Turkey Point. Its silver value, not very tremendous.
Right.
This comes with it's a 4-piece grouping, a presentation set. The value, if it was just the metal value, is probably all of $1,200. The auction estimate on this is about $4,000 to $6,000 because of the workmanship.
Well, the workmanship is just stunning.
Incredible. And if someone at home was trying to find out the value of this on their own, they may not know the value because it is an obscure silversmith. Coming to the Clar's evening on October 4th, we can look at it, analyze it, and give them an auction valuation based on today's economy and the workmanship that their piece may have.
So even if I brought something in and it was something like that where you go, we know this probably has more value than what's inherent in the metal,
Correct.
but we can do the homework and get back to you, even if you couldn't
Correct.
figure it out that night.
Correct. That's absolutely
But the chances
correct.
are you kind of know the ballpark amongst all of you on most things that you see.
We do, and there's times that we have to corroborate, and we sold a dagger in February, and we had 2 months of research on that, and it sold for $105,000. It
Wow.
shocked the world.
Research pays off.
But research is paramount to that. To heading those numbers, we must do the correct research.
Well, going back to the brooch, I
Yes.
didn't get an estimate on that. I've got to figure that's pretty valuable with all those jewels in there.
Well, it's amazing because these are older cut diamonds. They don't carry the same value
Really?
as modern cut diamonds. They get about 60%
Wow.
of the modern diamond cuts. So this piece here is being estimated at $7,000 to $9,000. Now we're hoping because it's so stylistic and it appeals to so many people that it will be bid up
And that will be auctioned sometime soon, huh?
Very soon.
very
Wow.
soon.
This
So-
weekend.
Oh, well, hold it. Well, you better go to Clar's Auction Gallery website if you want to get a...
please.
Now, for a lot less than $76,000, you can help us meet the challenge from Clar's Auction Gallery right now. We can earn an extra nice bit of money with your help. If you'll call that number right now, come in at that $100 level and do you and somebody who you know enjoys antiques as much as you do the favor of getting yourself 2 tickets to the Thursday, October 4th event at Clar's Auction Gallery in Oakland. You can bring whatever object you have into, well, in fact, guys, you know, we're talking about the kind of things you can bring in. When I knew I was going to meet with these folks today, I brought in, this is a watch that was given to me by my father, and I don't know, he didn't know if it was his grandfather's or his great-grandfather's because it has a little DC on the back, and his name was Danny Cohalan, as was his dad's, as was his grandfather's.
And actually, if you open up the back of it, a lot of times there will be a serial number.
Right, and there is one in there, I saw it.
And a lot of times you can look up that serial number and get the actual date that the piece was first issued. This is from a very well-known American watchmaker, Waltham.
Yes.
Been around since, I believe, the 1860s. And they're very well respected. They've been making watches up until almost the present day. I think they've been bought out by other watch companies as of now. But they're still very respected because they had very solid movements.
So now this is a family keepsake, so I would not give this away unless it was really worth a lot of money. So
No.
I don't even want to know what it's worth because, but it's probably not worth enough for me to even lose sleep about it. I better keep it in the family.
I keep it in the family, but it is worth a pretty penny as well.
Then I'm going to
So-
take, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take better care of it than I have
Take
been.
better care of it.
And I want you to take better care of your favorite television station. If you enjoy Antiques Roadshow and you enjoy the history shows and everything we bring into your life, right now is a great time to call us. Deric, Joellen, thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you in October. I'm going there and I'm bringing some more stuff.
We want to see
Great
you
to be
there,
back.
Hey, it's
absolutely.
great to have you here. It's time for